Watch the ride.
Hey everybody, hope you're all doing alright. There's something slightly different today. I did warn about this. This is a cheap, obviously, Amazon 52cc multi-tool two-stroke strimmer. You'll see these under millions of different names. This one is called the SKD or something, ESKDE, the MT52-S23, but you're going to see the exact same engine in loads and loads of different pieces of cheap equipment. This is one of the Amazon Choice items, and I will say, because I'm not giving this a proper review or anything, I did buy this myself. It's not bad at all. The engine is pretty solid, it's got good power, the tools are a little bit cheap in the way they connect together, they can be a bit tight, but otherwise, functionality-wise, it's actually been great. But there's been one issue I've had with it from day one, which ended up leading to me needing to replace the pull start, and this is actually a second one because I've been using this one for a while, and I can now give you some information if you have one of these. Because if you're watching this, it might be because your pull start on yours has broken. The reason this happens is because the pull start that came with this one, at least, is really not very good. It uses, I didn't tighten up that screw, I put the old starter back on just to show you what it looked like. This one is not good. Because of the direction of the screw in the middle that tightens it, when you pull it hard, it tightens up the pull start pack, as it were, which causes it to get jammed. So you have to take it off, loosen the screw a bit, and do it again. And the problem is if you loosen it too much, it can end up having the main spring in there, which is like a watch-style double, and like an S spring, comes flying out, and you're not getting that rewound without a tool or something, beside the fact that it keeps going wrong because of the fundamental design. So when it fully broke and the watch spring came basically out of the mechanism and I had to take this off and it all just whang on the floor, I contacted Amazon and said, hey, can I speak to the the manufacturers that sold me this, because it'd only been about 2 months since we bought it, because I want to get another pull start. I'm not looking for a refund, not looking for a replacement. I actually quite like the machine for 150 quid, wherever it was, with all the attachments. It's not a bad deal. I was happy with it. But the pull start was rubbish. Well, unfortunately, Amazon could not get in contact with them or do anything like that. And because this is non-returnable, because it's petrol powered, they basically said, look, all we can do is give you a refund, and that's it. And I'm like, oh, that's annoying, because it's actually really helpful. I'm going to have to find another one. And I said, okay, fine, that's fine. Where do I send it to? Well, of course, they were like, no, we don't want it back. You can keep it. And I'm like, so, wait, you're giving me the money back, and you don't want it back? Okay, fine. So let's go and find a pull start for it. So I went onto eBay, and I found that I could buy these pull starts, which are way better than what come on them. 2 of them for like, I think it was 12 quid. I bought 2 just in case this one goes in the future and I need to, get a better one. So what I'm going to do in this video now is show you how to take the old one off, put the new one on, but also to highlight to people, if you own one of these machines and you hate that pull start, or you're finding it hard to start the machine, get one of these, because they're actually way better in both the way they're constructed, the way there's a spring. Instead of having a watch spring at the back here, you've got a central spring in this core. It also just starts way easier with this. You have so much more leverage. I'll try and get you the best view and lighting I can. As I mentioned, the new pull start has been on this for weeks at this point, and it's been great. So, I'm happy that this makes this machine way better, because, as I say, good solid engine, terrible pull start. So, to remove the old pull start, you have to undo the 4 screws. These appear to all be the same length, so you don't need to worry about that. But do pay attention to that with your machine, because there might be differences. Then at the bottom here you have 2 screws, but there's a plate going between them, and I'll show you the orientation of that plate in a second. Okay, so 4 screws out. Here is the plate, and you'll note it has basically an anti-vibration bar with a piece of rubber which goes into the fuel tank. You see there's a cutout for it here. So that plate goes with that edge at the bottom into the cutout in the tank on top of everything else. Also note that the pull start goes underneath these 2 pieces of housing. Okay, so you have to like wedge it under there. So this just comes off with a bit of pulling. And you'll note between the two, there is a aluminium gasket. Okay, so we'll just pop that out for a second. So here is the difference in the pull starts. This one is very thin, this one's very thick, this one's really good at it, this one's really crap. As I say, the watch spring is behind this normally, and it just came out the sides, and once it's out, you're not getting that rewound. And the fundamental design of which way that screw goes also kind of ruins it. So yeah, these, bad, even if it's not broken yet, I strongly suggest get rid. So the new one arrives like this. You're obviously going to want the pull start to be here. I'll note there's this little lever here. So all you need to do is look at the housing, and you can see there is a triangular mark here, so you know that the gasket needs to go that way round. And there are little pinholes on the original that aren't on this, so it's a little trickier to get this on, but you basically go underneath the edge while holding onto the gasket. You might want to put the gasket on first, you might want to do this first, but you basically have to wiggle it around, and you should get it in. As I say, come on, we can do this. You don't need to force anything, it's just a matter of trying to get it in the right place. That. Right, that got the thing out of the way, so now we just need to get the first screw in. Why did the whole thing shift? We're getting there. Right, so now I've lined up one of the holes with the gasket and the housing almost. Again, don't use any great force when you're putting these in to start with, because you don't want to cross thread and everything. If you're just using your fingertips, you'll know you're finding the thread properly. And once you've got two of them, you know you should be good. There we go. So recap, remember the gasket needs to be in the right way. Push some pressure on it like this, and I've noticed with a few little gentle tugs, you can actually get that lever to move out of the way. We need to replace the bracket, remember, rubber side in. Then tighten them down evenly. I wouldn't completely torque one corner up before doing the other ones closer. They do have anti-vibration springs on them. Spring washers, that is. So, nip. 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 And now, your new pull start is installed and functioning. As I say, it's a little fiddly getting that middle bit done. If you're really lucky, you might, like I did the very first time I did this, put it on and just go like that, and it just pops in perfectly. It might take a few minutes of, you know, moving stuff around. So don't need to force anything. There's no great amount of force in it. It's just getting things in the right place. These, as I say, are about £6–7 each. They make this machine much easier to start, much more reliable. I don't have the issues with this constantly breaking. The motor seems strong. It is quite heavy. I'm sure there are much better out there, but for 150 quid, this thing is a pretty good machine when you put that extra thing on it. And obviously, this is a great machine for me because it's cost me £6. Forgive me for not starting this in the video. It's not going to prove anything. It's I'm in my garage. I don't want to start in here, and it is raining and stormy outside, so I don't want to go out there and start it either. If you wanted me to do a full-on, like, you know, little mini review and show you the different tools and what this is capable of, I can do that. But this video is going to need to get like 100 likes for me to do that, and I don't see that happening. So leave it as it is as a little tip that these starters that come on them are rubbish, and they are nowhere near the quality of the rest of the machine, or general quality. If the company that made this put these on them as standard, these machines, 10 out of 10 at the price. Absolutely amazing. But because you have to know how to fix them, because this is going to break, and you can't get parts from them, they don't respond or anything like that, kind of rubbish. But 10 out of 10 points to Amazon for not messing their customers over and actually just going, fine, have it for free, and don't send it back. Be warned, don't go and order one of these with the idea that you're going to do that. They will catch on to things. And also, I think one of the reasons why they were so okay with it is because I've spent quite a lot of money through Amazon over the past quite a few years, and I very rarely return anything. I think if you try to do that lots, they would very quickly pick up on it. And careful, because that's fraud. So, with that being said, happy gardening, strimming, chopping, chainsawing, or wherever you do. Huge thanks to my supporters through Patreon and YouTube memberships, and also to the people who do, you know, little one-off donations through my PayPal link into the description. Until the next one, bye-bye.